What is up, folks? Reggie Ray back here with a little bit more wildness on a Friday night. Getting pretty wild and crazy here, let me tell you. Pretty sure all the animals are asleep, and I got to talking to Grok a little bit more. I actually did this one earlier. I did this one last night when I did the indigenous one, but basically this one here is a step-by-step guide to European land clearing pre-1500s. So I was going to kind of get into this and talk about this whole thing. Um, it's pretty much the same steps as the indigenous. They had a little better tools, the Europeans at that time. But I kind of more wanted to talk about this AI and this Grok itself. Um, it's just really pretty wild stuff, man. I mean, in a matter of seconds of me asking this question, it had all this stuff up here, pictures and step by step breakdown and why you used it, uh, smooth it, seed it, pray for rain. So it had these little quotes that these people might have said, or maybe in books. Boundaries first. Trees mark the gods. The gods' claim. Excuse me. Boundaries first. Trees mark the gods' claim. So anyway, I thought this was really cool, and I think AI can be a really helpful tool, especially if you're trying to create, you know, create things like this, maybe a timeline, basically, something you can kind of walk through step by step. And the reality is I'm learning all this stuff right now. I've always been a city boy, and anybody that knows me, I was born just outside of Kansas City, Missouri, lived in Kansas City for a little bit, moved to New York, lived just outside of New York City, and it wasn't till we moved back to Missouri, my basically sophomore year of high school, that I was really kind of the town I lived in had more. They had more cows than they had people at that point in time, but I think that's when I was first starting to kind of maybe enjoy not being caught up in city life. But with all that being said, I'm kind of learning all this stuff as I go along and learning from other people I know and watching videos and all that stuff's great, but eventually I got to go actually put my hands on it. So I feel like, for the most part, I've been doing this grok the last couple of days, and it seems like it has some really good information and kind of maybe breaks down stuff for you. And I think it can be used as a really good tool and learning tool. And I guess maybe it doesn't really have any reason to lie to you about stuff like this. Now, we won't get into what. I kid you not, folks. I reloaded this video again thinking that I must have done something wrong. This has never happened ever. This thing basically froze up, and I started getting this low humming, and the screen's froze and everything. Now I'm kind of editing this a little bit as I go, but for this whole section here, it like glitches out and won't let me say what I was about to say about this thing telling you stories. Last couple months, really, is I watch a lot of YouTube. I don't have cable. I just have a TV with a satellite, and I get the local channels. So I pretty much watch YouTube, and anything that I can get on my TV is usually something I might watch to go to sleep at night. But it seems like on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok, there are so many AI generated videos that it just makes me wonder if anybody is really out there doing some of this stuff that you see, or if it's just some AI generated video to make you think they're doing it. So I think I personally like watching people do real things. I like to watch, Shane and Jamie's homestead where they're out there collecting eggs and you know they've got stuff really going on that they're using their hands. And there's RRF geocacher guy. Sorry, man, I'm rambling right now, but you know he's out there collecting geocaches. That he's actually out there in the woods doing stuff, and you know seeing these people out there walking trails and stuff. To me, that's more interesting than watching Bigfoot run around and get into some trouble that's, you know, AI generated. With all that being said, I thought that this was really cool that it kind of put all this together and it put some pictures together for me. Now, this is the other thing I'm going to say. Okay, this was the funny part of this whole thing because I have been kind of jacking around with this thing and trying to get it to spit out exactly what I wanted it to spit out. And of course, I'm probably not very good at explaining it to it. So at some point in time, it put this out to me, and it's basically a breakdown with a picture of each step, and it's got a guy out there, and you know, and that's cool. It isn't exactly what I wanted, but there's an option on Grok that says think harder. So I clicked think harder, and I tried to go back up here and see if I could see it. And I wish I could have screenshot it or something, but it basically gives out this command, and it's like the human wants this, that, and the other thing. And it was almost like there was, you know, the boss talking to the worker saying, like, hey, you're not doing this right the way he wants it done. The human wants it this way. And I don't know why I thought that was kind of spooky and hilarious at the same time. But anyway, it was somewhere right back in here. And then it finally kind of started spitting out some pictures to me. So, you know, I was kind of looking through it and I was kind of, you know, again, I'm just now kind of learning a lot of this stuff, and I kind of browsed through it to make sure it was at least making sense. And I get down here, you know, and it's like, and why the bronze axe? Bronze is durable for repetitive chopping on bark and small branches. So everything seems legit. And then all of a sudden, we've got this picture here that's like some trippy realm with a knight in like a rainbow armor. And here's a little dragon here. Now, I wouldn't go to this, whatever this is, unfocused.com. And I'm not promoting it. I guess that's where it got this picture from. But I thought that was funny. And then I kind of get down here, and I guess maybe it's got something to do with the time, but it's like Lancelot and Tristan and these guys are like battling, and there's blood all over the place, and I'm like, what has gone wrong here? So we get a little farther down here. Now this is late spring stump and root chop, and it's saying all this stuff, yada yada yada, and then like, what is this? What is this thing? It's like a little creepy elf or something, with a candy cane sitting in the snow. So I have no idea where that came from. And then you know I get this, which may be an actual picture or something, but again, this thing is wild. It pretty much gave me whatever it was that I was asking for. It just kind of got confused on what the pictures were supposed to be, but I thought this was kind of fun. It gave me something to do. It's getting late now, and I need to get myself to bed so I can get up and go do some work at the ranch. But if you guys are ever bored, I didn't pay anything for this. I just went to like the grok.com, I think, on the deal there, and you know you can set up a deal, and I think you can do a premium if you wanted to. But I've been kind of messing around with this So it did it again here where I start talking about that I've been messing around with Grok, and I think I say something about playing with Grok, and I think maybe it thought I was being naughty or something, but it did it again. Screen froze, long buzz. These folks had a little bit better tools. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. It's Friday night. I am going to be at the ranch in the morning and get some work done. So, you guys have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you watching, and we will catch you later.